Good morning. It's great to be here, or to nearly be here, to be here in spirit, if not in body. We're here to talk about a future where AI, zero knowledge proofs, and for me, decentralized identity intersect. Sounds pretty abstract, right? What it really means is, how do we keep trust, privacy, and ownership in the next phase of the internet? Sorry, 1 second, sir. Okay, just bear with me 1 second. It's my agent, my AI agent. It wants me to verify, me for a service. Okay, so normally that would be KYC. You know the drill: passports, selfies, utility bills, proof of life, all those things. Actually, instead, it's actually just issued a zero knowledge proof that says this person is verified. So the service trusts me, but they don't know my home address, my bank details, my age, and so on and so on and so on. And my agent has taken care of that quite nicely. Okay, so that relies on them trusting my agent, right? So I refer to this as know my agent. So know your customer, know your business, and so know my agent is an important part of that, because there's a mathematical proof in a zero knowledge way that the statements are true without revealing any underlying data. And it's all anchored to my DID, and it's portable across all the services. And my agent has got an identity to it, so it's verified. So the services looking and speaking to my agent know my agent is who it says it is, just like it would know I am who I know it. I say I am through the know my agent ideal. So that really worked quite nicely and not too much of an interruption. And as a point, that's not just for onboarding, it works for compliance too. My agent can prove I'm not on a sanctions list, that the agent isn't on a sanctions list, that I've passed AML checks, and none of this needs to expose all of my history because my agent's been through Know My Agent, and that's all good and brilliant. That was easy, right? No problem. Back to what I'm actually here to talk about. Sorry about that. So, you know, we want to think about zero knowledge proofs, and we want to think about identity, and all of that, of course, is for us here. We talk about the blockchain as well, and the blockchain can be used to verify ownership and income and even reputation, all without full disclosure. You know, one of the problems with blockchain in the past is it's too transparent, and zero knowledge proofs gives us the opportunity to actually prove things without too much disclosure. And so the blockchain becomes really important in this privacy and it's I'm sorry, it's again, it's my agent again. Okay, what does it want to do? Okay, I need a loan. We're doing up the house and so on, and so the agent's just proved my income for a loan, and it's done it via ZK proofs instead of bank statements and place slips. This person earns enough to pay the loan, no details, and that's nice. So we Orange Protocol is our reputation layer at Ontology, and it's used ZK-TLS to check my account and say, yes, it ticks all the boxes for income and balances and so on for you to give this person a loan. So that's Orange Protocol's gone off chain with ZK-TLS to talk to my bank and figure all that out on my behalf. My agents, again, know your agent has done those things. And okay, so that loan should come through, which means I can get a new kitchen, which is excellent. Everybody likes a new kitchen. ZK-TLS can do all sorts of things for us, right? It can let us prove interactions over an encrypted channel is valid without exposing any contents. And I can package up my on-chain activity into a reputation credential, and I can reuse it across different ecosystems, and I can take that reputation with me. So that means that my agent can prove that I'm trustworthy to DeFi or DAOs or even in the job market. Or with this cryptographic assurance, I don't need to do screenshots or PDFs. And that really matters because scams are everywhere. Fake AI agents, fake services, verifiable reputation allows us to cut through some of that noise. My agent can help me know who I can trust, who it can trust, who we can trust together. And that's really useful. And so the third thing, I'm really sorry. Again, I'll deal with this 1 second. Okay, this is pretty awkward. So my agent is monitoring my talk for me and seeing how it plays out. Actually says it's going really badly. It's a little bit embarrassing, but it's actually applied for a new job on my behalf because of how badly this talk's going. Okay, I don't think that's quite necessary, hopefully, but it has, and that's okay. It's submitted my proof of qualification on chain, verifiable, to employers, and so they can actually see the proof and they can actually see everything. Again, I've not had to reveal too much about who I am and where I work at the moment, which you obviously a worry when you're applying for other jobs. It just proves that I am qualified to do the job they're advertised for. Thank you, agent. I think I'm not so sure about the critique of the talk, but okay. So that's a job applied for, apparently. They've submitted my proof of qualification, and it's kind of verifiable credentials 101, right? Instead of trusting documents, you trust the cryptography. The issuer signed it, the ZK proof checks out, it's valid. Much safer than the amount of fake CVs or fake qualifications, fake degrees, fake PhDs, so many things. And that cuts through that, so you know you're employing or you're talking to the people who are qualified in the way they say they're qualified. And you don't have to give everything over at the same time. So that's really nicely done. Thank you, agent. Agent Bob, I call him. He interrupts too much, but he's quite useful. Okay, so let's move on to the third section here. We've got identity. We've got proof. And of course, as you've seen, we've got AI agents. These agents will act legally and securely on our behalf, negotiating, applying, transacting, doing all the things we need them to do for us. And this is... Sorry, let's see what he wants this time. Agent Bob, yes. What is it now? Okay, so this is Ontello. Ontello is our evolution of OntID, and it's not out yet. It's just on my phone for testing. It's not just a wallet. It's kind of a smart identity system, a smart wallet, agent marketplace, privacy chats linked to our IDs, sort of the things to put together the infrastructure for this environment where agents and ZK proofs and identity can work together on there. It's actually looking to see if I want to, somebody actually likes my presentation and wants to talk to me about partnering with OntID. That's brilliant. But anybody who's used Telegram will know that when you get messages from people who suddenly want to partner with you or want to do something with you, you never know if they're real or if they're impersonating somebody, if they're scams and so on. And it's really hard to understand sometimes. And obviously with on-chain reputation, linked to on-chain identity, we can actually send off our agent, say, can you check on this person in a zero knowledge way? We don't want to delve into their lives, ZK, TLS, off-chain, see if there's any proof of humanity, proof of who they say they are. And our agents can negotiate whether we trust them or not, verify credentials, protect against scams, and that's really important. And so I just said, yeah, okay, I'll talk to this person, but make sure they are who they say they are before we enter a private chat. That's really useful. And they can do the same with me. They can use zero knowledge proofs to check, to see who I am without exposing my address or anything else that could be, well, dangerous in reality to expose to people. So good old zero knowledge proofs there, keeping us all safe. And it's really important. You know, agents are going to negotiate contracts. They're going to verify credentials, protect against scams. And these aren't apps owned by corporations. They're extensions of us. And because everything is signed on chain, the outputs of these agents can be verified. They don't have to be black box AI hallucinations with unverifiable claims. We can have the data and all the things necessary on chain that can then be verified, and even in a zero knowledge way if that is sensitive information. So I'm going to turn it off. We've heard enough from AI agent Bob. Just let's right. Okay, let's get rid of Bob. Right. Anyway, enough of the interruptions. I've turned the phone off. Let's actually start and do the presentation. I've got some PowerPoint prepared somewhere, and let me just have a look. What are my timings like? And I've pretty much run out of time, which is ironic, really, because that's exactly the point. Our agents will be running in the background, saving us time, protecting our privacy, improving trust. And that's a huge shift in technology. Not just another app, but an entirely new architecture for the internet. And the pieces are lining up. Identity, blockchain, zero knowledge proofs, AI, and this amazing community that is building all those things together. And together, we can deliver a better, safer, more private future. One where our agents work for us and not against us. And this is a big undertaking. Everything you've just seen is coming. We're not quite there. Together, we can build the pieces, line them up, connect the dots, and deliver a future where we have more time, more safety, more reliability, and more privacy. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of the week in this beautiful city. And hopefully the next time I'll be there in person. Have a great time. Goodbye.